Hello, it's Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you've all been having a pleasant day. I have. Work's not been too bad. And the wedding went well. So I'm just glad to be back at home. Back to normal life. Bracing myself for the heat wave ahead. It's going to be absolutely mental, I'm sure. But yeah, we're starting a new run. A few reasons. So the sulfur run, it was going well. I think I achieved everything that I wanted to do, in that I learned how the sulfur actually worked, and like how to cool it, how to prepare it, how to get it to the Sweetles and Grubs. And the only thing left for us to do with that build was to sort of scale it up. And we could have done that, but I kind of screwed up the initial ranch design. And you can tell from the last stream I was kind of just flailing around a bit, trying to fix it. And I figured out how I'm actually going to fix it, or how I would fix it if I was going to do it again. And we may come back to it, but we'll probably just do it on a different map. So basically, instead of shuffling all the eggs around, we would just do a critter dropper. So we have a control room above the column of ranches, and the critters would mature in there, and they'd be dropped in each ranch as they're needed. So I'm going to try that with hatches on a new run, but that's not going to be the main goal of the run. The main goal of the run is going to be to get to late game by any means necessary. So I've got two goals. One is to not welch out and to actually get to late game and spaced out, because I haven't done that in a while. And there's more stuff I want to look at. And two, I am currently going caffeine free. So no coffee, no Pepsi, none of that, because I was drinking way too much tea at work, and I had decided that's not a good idea. A, so that I'm not drinking cups of coffee every day for maintenance, not actually getting a boost. And B, so that if I need a boost, doing like an all-nighter or something, I can use caffeine for that and actually have an effect. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I found a pretty good map to do. So it is a Verdante world, and I think I very briefly streamed some of this. But it's kind of like the Iridio planet, but it's cooler and there's a few different features. So we're going to do it there. And I found this map using the ONI Tools website, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And I looked for the map that had the most oil wells that is not an Iridio map or an Oasis map, because those two maps tend to have a lot of them. And I wanted to go for different map types, so I've been playing a lot of those. So we're going to do Verdante. And this map has 35 oil wells on it, so that is a lot. And I'm not sure we're going to get around to using all of them, but we're going to try. That is going to be the long-term goal. I did a build like that off-stream before I started streaming in the base game, but I wanted to try and stream a massive oil run. So we'll see how far we get. One issue I had with that last time when I tried to do it was I had all the steam sinking to the bottom, all the carbon dioxide going to the top of the map, which is not how it's supposed to go. But we'll try and figure out a better solution this time around. Yeah, this map is interesting for another reason as well, in that there's not any geysers actually near us. Like, none. The whole starting biome, and quite a lot of other terrain on the map, is completely free of geysers and vents and things. So there is an absolutely gigantic block of empty space that isn't vacuum that we can use for industry. Like a really big room, i.e. the room we're going to run 35 oil wells off of. So we're going to do that. But yeah, let's pick some dupes. So digger and researcher, definitely. Ranching. I'm not sure I'm going to do that much ranching. A few reasons. firstly, we're on a Verdante map, so there's loads of dirt. We can do mealwood for absolutely ages. And secondly, if we're going to be processing all of that oil, we're going to want most of the actual ranching or critters to be slicksters to eat all of that CO2 and turn into more oil. I'd like to do that. So I don't think we're going to go heavy on ranches initially, so I think I'm just going to pick a builder instead. Yeah, we'll just get someone spec'd out and building right away. And we'll look for these dupes for a little while. So we want mostly just the skill, because these skills in particular give a huge boost when you have them to the base task, so we just want to max that out. And then if we can get a good bonus, that is also ideal. So you start with super hard digging. So you can just dig through Abyssalite right away, but you've got bottomless calories. Probably not necessary, because you'll get that like cycle 10 or 15. So I think we can go without that. So let's keep looking. So you've got super duper hard digging, but you've got mouth breather. That's a definite no. Not sure what I'm even looking for. See, athletics and plus 11 digging, that is absolutely huge. You know what? I think I'll take that. I think I'll take that with bottomless calories, because that is just... The extra run speed is just great, and that will apply to their maximum... That'll apply to their maximum athletics once they're maxed out with their skill as well, so they'll sit on plus 23 in the end. So that looks good. And then research-wise, what are you going to have? See, if I get you with Masterworks, then we can do all the decorator stuff without a decorator. That doesn't seem that good. We'll just get a decorator. Let's see. I think we need buff. I don't want impaired construction. And I don't really want a loner, because we're going to stick on this planet for quite a while. You just straight up get plus 11 science. That seems good. And building. So... The only thing is, trying to get mechatronics quickly would be handy in case we do some ranching. Should we pick someone who's going to skill into mechatronics right away? I don't know. Animal lover. We've got a few of them. I don't think you guys are needed. I'll keep everyone on the same schedule. See, this would be really good, but you produce natural gas. We don't want that. I bet I'm going to scroll past someone really good. There's actually a mod that lets you customize the dupe's appearances, but that requires some tweaking of files before you can do it. I was tempted to do that on this run, but I didn't really have time. I didn't really think it would add very much, so we're just going to leave it. Let's see. Are you absolutely sure we can't get someone with a good bonus? I mean, early bird is good, but I just want to keep everyone on the same schedule if I can. I don't need a radiation eater. Yeah, I mean, quick learner's not bad on you either, because you could be a backup researcher once we get the supercomputer, and you'll level your skills faster, and that's probably pretty good, because as a builder you're probably going to multitask a lot eventually. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. So the question is, do I just want to go for a third quick learner person? I might do that just to get rid of the bottomless calories for now. Let's see if we can find another quick learner. Let's take 3 quick learners. Starry-eyed, I don't think we need that. Increased construction on the digger is also pretty good. I don't know. Let's keep looking. I want to get the 3 quick learners. But yeah, I'm determined this time to keep going and get to late game. Not welch out. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna keep looking. You know what, you're actually +9 and you've got the construction. I think we'll just go with these. That's a good bonus. Downsides are pretty meaningless. I like that a lot. So we've got Ren, Amari, and Ellie. What are we gonna call the colony? Something to do with oil. Not sure. The festering dump. No, I don't think so. The loveliest friends. There we go. How can we pick a team name, a colony name other than the loveliest friends? All right, I think we're ready. Okay. So we've landed. So one of the first things you'll notice as well is I've got another mod, and this is a mod that I've seen a few other people streaming with, and it is the different tile textures. So materials that you normally build, like the tiles, will now have a different texture depending on what you build them out of. So these are igneous rock tiles, so they have a unique igneous rock look. And I really like this mod, A, because it looks pretty, B, because it doesn't affect the gameplay, and C, it reminds me to build all of the materials for like a base the same way. Like, it reminds you to make all the decorative walls granite, or like igneous rock for insulated walls and all that stuff. But yeah, so we got some water directly below us, and as you can see, there's absolutely no geysers anywhere near us. So, fairly uncomplicated start. We're just going to do the normal sort of things. Let's give... I always do that. Let's give everyone high attacking priority, high life support, very high toggle away. Then you can get mostly researching, you can get mostly building, you can get mostly digging. And you can get mostly attacking. That seems good to me. So yeah, let's get some rock, get some metal, and go from there. I'll just dig all of this out. So, schedule-wise, we'll do our usual thing. So we'll have 2 downtimes and 1 bedtime when it gets dark. So give them a bit more time to work. And normally I make a big deal of where I'm going to put the columns for like the ladders and stuff, but on this map it doesn't really matter. This printing pod is right in the middle of the zone where eventually I'm going to have a giant industrial break on this map. So we're just going to do it a little bit looser. And we're not going to have a huge amount of starting ranches either. So we're just going to... Well, there's our hatch. So, yeah. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're just going to build it so it fits within the immediate area. And we're eventually going to move all of our stuff over to the right side of the map. But yeah, we're going to need to come down here. So I think what I'll do is I will just put the ladder here. We're literally just going to put it where it's most immediately convenient. So we'll dig through there. Actually, I'm going to do it one to the side because we'll put the supercomputer on this side of the printing pod. There we go. And then we're going to put the bathrooms here, have a supercomputer here, and then all the water can just come up this chute, so that'll be nice and convenient. Forgot to turn on all my things. Hold on just a second. Trust me to forget the tube. Right, there we go. It's a little bit more light now. Yeah, I've got a bit more time coming up over the next few days as well, so I'm looking to get back into streaming a bit more regularly, because I know I've been interrupted a lot recently by social occasions and such, but such is life. Such is life. I'm very keen to make more headway on this game though, because there's still so much stuff I haven't actually gotten around to doing in this game. But at least we've done the sulfur stuff, and I can say that I've experienced that, and we've raised the Sweetles and the Grub Grubs, and that was fun. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh. So, we'll just put the printing, or the pitch pump here. That's what we'll do. We're eventually going to want to go to the bottom, because this is a start where we need Oxyferns for the initial oxygen. But in the meantime, I guess we'll just ladder here. And then we'll start tiling this. And I'm just going to dig through the oxalite. I think they changed it a while ago so you don't lose any oxygen by digging it up now, which I'm quite glad about. Yeah, that's nice and convenient. Then we can get some doors in here. So we want to make this a room. And then an outhouse here and a wash basin here. And then we're going to want to put our bedrooms somewhere where the shine bugs aren't going to get in the way, and where there's going to be lots of oxygen. So I suppose what we'll do is we'll just go up here. We'll seal the shine bugs in this room so that they don't get out. Hold on, let me just check some settings. Okay, I think that's all fine. But yeah, we've got this huge saltwater zone just next to us, but there's no geysers, which is absolutely fine by me. We'll find all those geysers later. Yeah, then we can just dig through here. But let's make these priority 9 and just get these built before the bugs show up, or they move to the other side, because that would be really annoying. But yeah, I really like how this mod makes the tiles look unique. Most of the other items don't look any different, like the ladders don't look any different, but it just helps the colony just look a bit more distinct and different, and I like that. So seal the bugs in. Now we just need to dig up a little bit. Oh, I've done this slightly wrong. That should actually be tile. And then we should move these doors out one. we can do that quickly. Just want to make sure this is all lined up properly. Because I don't think there's going to be any obstacles that are going to get in the way of this ladder. So it's just going to go straight up. And we're not actually going to put too much stuff here. We're going to tunnel over to the right side of the map. And then eventually this is just going to all be part of the big industrial zone. But for now, it's going to be our base. So we might as well lay it out in an organized way. So let's put the sink back here. Then the outhouse here. And then we'll want to seal this off to make it a proper bedroom. And then we can, just put the cots in. Well, I suppose barracks is more appropriate. But just so we get them around bonus. Probably not too critical on this difficulty, but that's fine. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to let all of the water down to the lowest point eventually. So we're going to want to go find that. So you're actually finished now. You've actually finished pretty early. And you are getting the room bonus in the barracks, so that's good. So let's dig this up. We might as well do a few more of these while we're waiting. There we go. And then we can seal that in. And then we can just start getting all the research stuff together. So I think for now we'll just put it over here. Well, for now we'll put the power stuff over here. And then we'll make a wire and we'll bring it down around here. And then this is where we'll have the initial lab. It's the research station. And then the supercomputer will go here and it'll have more doors. But yeah, we're going to move this eventually. I don't think I'm even going to bother building room for transit tubes here, because this is literally just going to be a temporary base. But we probably will want a fire pole. These guys are really cute. Forced me to dig that tile and not not leave the room complete on the first night. Let's actually cancel this. We'll move it one tile further up. And then tomorrow we'll move those doors back here. Deconstruct these. That can just be a ladder for now. We can stick that in here. That's all good to go. Then we can deconstruct that. Put some more doors in here, just in case critters feel like wandering around. And there we go. So once we've got these initial little bits sorted, we're definitely going to want to just dig and explore as much as possible and find where these first geysers are. Because I looked at the map on ONI tools just to pick the map, but I didn't have an in-depth look about where all the other geysers were. So we're going to do a little bit of searching for them. Hopefully not confine any of the bugs. I don't think we have. Yeah, let's put these priority 9, just to make sure the bugs stay trapped in here. But apart from that, we'll just keep going up. Keep going up and over. We'll probably want to dig all of this out just to get all of the metal. We'll do our standard sort of 23 wide blocks. But yeah, we need more metal. We're going to dig out those tiles as well, because eventually we're going to stick a fire pole here. But we just want to have a look around, see where the nearest geysers are to us, and then start making some plans. But we're very much just going to have a temporary base here, because normally in the past I built really big, elaborate bases and just centralized on them. But we're not going to do that this time, because we're going to use this whole area for something else. Right, that's all hooked up, that's good. Got some more metals, so let's build the research station. And we're going to want to actually seal this off as well. So we could just tile all of that. I'm going to set this to priority 7 down here. So I do that before the ladder. We'll dig that all out as well, just so we can get through there. I'm not sure where the bottom of the biome is where we're going to stick all the water. We're going to put it down here, or we're going to put it down here. Because we want to collect all the water from the different points of the map and just put it all in one place. And then we're going to start pumping it and feeding it to the Oxyferns, and that's how we're going to start out on this map. So in a way it's quite similar to the Iridio map, but it's just not as hot. But there are different surrounding biomes. And I haven't streamed a Verdante map, so I thought it was going to be a good one to do. But yeah, the oil wells are all over the place because we've got trapped oil, and because it's a Verdante map, the oil is irregular by standard. Like every Verdante map will have irregular oil-ish. So you'll have some oil biomes above you, some below you. There's a big one below us, but there are little ones scattered around everywhere. So I think we can speed to it, to be honest. It's going to be a fairly uncomplicated start, although we do just need some more metal, really. I guess that's what I get for building all these doors everywhere, but there wasn't actually a lot of metal to start. There's some metal here, so we'll get a load of it. And the map isn't metal poor. There are magma channels, so there are some pockets of magma and volcanoes around. But I didn't look up where they were, so we'll just we'll discover that together. Right, there's some metal. So then we can seal this in, make this a proper bedroom. Probably add another bed, because we're probably going to take the first dupe that we come across. I don't know exactly how many Oxyferns we have, but I think you usually have enough for at least 4 people to live off indefinitely, or at least until you run out of water. So yeah, what research do we want to start with? Probably just meal preparation. We'll probably just start giving everyone a great haul, because there'll be loads of food around. Might as well give them somewhere nice to eat it. But again, I'm not sure where we're actually going to put it to start, because it's just wherever we feel like, to be honest. There's no need to have a huge amount of order, because we're not going to be living here forever. So there's our lump of uranium, so there's some lead that we can use for refined metal stuff. We're gonna need to tile this off as well. And we can just dig through all of this. But yeah, I think everyone's off to a pretty good start. We're going to set this to one way so that they use the sinks properly. So you can go in this way, but they can't come out this way. So at the moment, that just makes us all... Actually, that shuts off access to all of this, doesn't it? We'll put in a ladder and we'll connect it back up here. Because that's as far as that room will go. So... put some doors in here. We'll reach across. Then we'll just ladder up here. These doors are mostly just to separate the room off so that it's small enough to be a washroom or a latrine. Because the maximum room size is 64. So that's why these doors are going to be here, to designate the room. And we probably just want to let people through them. Like, they'll just go up here and around here. And that way they can go to the loo, and then they'll have to go out the same way they came in and use all the sinks. Yeah, we're almost out of time for today, so let's try and get the tiles done for the bedroom. Just very quickly, if we can. So, yeah. Yeah, you're going to get research done really quickly. You're a big brain box. So this probably isn't quite a room. That's fine. They don't need the morale early on, because they actually start with a bonus to morale. They get New Hope, and they haven't got any skills. So it's not actually that punishing. But eventually you'll want this to be a closed-off room to get the bonus morale. Because, like, +1 here and there, like, you get +1 for the latrines. The Great Hall is really good. It gives you +6, and it's really easy to do. You know how. So one of the best ways of giving your dupes morale early on so they don't get stressed is just giving them proper rooms. Right, let's speed to it a bit. Oh yeah, it's just nice to have some time to stream again. I'm running around like a headless chicken in real life. And I'm not looking forward to this huge heat wave that's coming, because I'm in the UK and it's going to get to like 37 degrees on a Tuesday. So that's going to be really fun. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to keep the fish cool in real life, because they're like temperate fish. Tank's alright at the moment, but I might have to do a few water changes during the day just to keep it really cool. So yeah, for now we'll just have the bedrooms here. I think we'll literally just set this base up for 5 dupes and make it a really small base, and then just start digging out, exploring everywhere, and then we'll move everyone over out of this zone as soon as we can. Because we picked this map because it has loads of oil wells, and it has this huge zone of space where there's no geysers or obstacles for us building stuff. So we're going to have, like, this whole area here, we can just dig it up, we can turn it into some kind of giant oil processing build. And that's the main goal of this run. Because I've done it before off stream, but I wanted to do it on stream. But yeah, we're actually just going to move out of the way. So I'm going to try and not get too fixated on this early game stuff. Yeah, we'll put another bed in. We'll probably go up to 5 dupes to start. In fact, what I'm tempted to do is just how big does the Great Hall need to be? So that needs to be at least 32 tiles. So we'd probably still do want it to be one of these wide rooms, even if it's going to have only 5 seats in it. That's fine. But yeah, we'll keep exploring, keep getting more materials. We'll want to get all the hexalent fruit together so that we have a good idea of how much food we have to start with. And we want to get all the Oxyfern seeds together so we know how much oxygen we're going to be able to produce. Because once the oxalite runs out, we're not going to get any more from algae, which is the usual source of oxygen. There's no algae on this map, I don't think. I don't think there's any temperate, terrestrial, terra biomes. God, how long have I been playing this game? I don't even know what the normal biome is called, like the actual name. How stupid is that? Anyways, we have the best tables. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mess hall here. And we'll do something else down here. But I really don't need to make this that big of a block. Or maybe what I'll do instead is I'll have bedrooms up here, mess hall in here, another bathroom here. And we'll build it to eventually go to 10 dupes. Yeah, it just depends how much oxygen we're able to produce. Because these plants, they produce about 30 grams a second when they're planted. And each dupe breathes about 100 grams a second. So, and there's probably about 20-ish Oxyfern seeds on the map. So we're going to have enough oxygen from these guys to handle 6 dupes. So if we build a base that's big enough for 10, then we won't want to go any bigger than that. I mean, we'll get electrolyzers hooked up fairly early, probably. Yeah, we'll just clear that space. Pick this up, grab the seeds, and we'll see what we get in the printer, because that's going to influence what we do a lot. Okay, so we've got a choice. We've got a regular good building dupe with no significant downside. That's really handy for us. We've got some food, but I think we've got enough food. I don't think we're going to need to worry about that. Or we've got a decorator with the boost to decorating and the suit wearing, so they're faster, but they're a loud sleeper. Or we've got the decorator who's got the highest skill, and they actually start with mechatronics engineering. And I know I said I wasn't going to start off with the ranching, but if we've just got a dude that straight up has mechatronics engineering, like, maybe we do. No, because we're going to build off to the side anyways. We're not staying in this area. Let's just take the regular builder guy. We'll take the Harold. Get him level 1 building. And that'll just help us get all this stuff built faster. Might as well build some more bathrooms down here. I just really don't want anyone just waiting to go to the bathroom. In terms of where we're going to dump the polluted water, we're probably just going to dump it here somewhere. We found a thimbleweed, so we can probably get a bathroom, a plumbed bathroom set up pretty quickly. Like a self-contained one. And I'll go through all that later. That's usually the first thing we do on these maps. It's quite rare that I won't sort the bathroom out first. Because these outhouses are like satisfactory at the start of the game, but having to clean them with like an errand, like, and your dupe's just forgetting to do that is super annoying. And then you just got polluted dirt and polluted water just randomly hanging around and off-gassing. It's just not pleasant. Oh, my leg has been twinging today. So I went to this wedding and I got heat stroke because we were all stood outside for the ceremony, And then we all stood outside and took photos, and then we all stood outside and had beer. And then we came inside and had dinner, and then I realized I had heat stroke, so that was fun. So my body is a bit fragile at the moment, but I think I'm mostly alright. Anyways, so yeah, this room is finished, this room is finished. Get this built as well. You might as well just keep grabbing all the stuff for the Great Hall, which is going to go here. That's what we decided. So for that, we're going to need the mess tables. So we'll put 5 in for now. And then we're going to want room for a plant. Probably here. And then we're going to want room for a water cooler as well. Actually, let's put the water cooler on this side. Because we're going to get the water from this pitcher pump, so that would make sense. So we're still researching that. And I think we're just going to go for 6 to start with. So we'll put the water cooler here. We'll... hold on. Oh yeah, we can put some doors here. So that makes it 11 by 4, which is a nice size. So we'll put the plant here, we'll put the water cooler here, and we'll put the ration box here. And we'll have a ration box here for now, just so that we actually, like the hatch doesn't eat all the food down here, and just so that we can take all the hexalents and put them in one place. So the dupes don't spend ages running around grabbing the hexalant fruits to start with. That would be kind of silly. Yeah, I like these shine bugs a lot. I had a lot of fun ranching them on one of my games, because the radiation they produce is significant. It's not unsafe for dupes, but if you have a whole ranch of them, it'll be enough radiation to run that research building like really well. And you can just put it next to a germ source and it'll destroy all the germs. So shine bugs are actually pretty useful, but you definitely don't want them in your bedrooms. Let's see, we can put another cot in there. We'll probably put another cot in here as well. Go up to 6 people, and then maybe we'll just put stuff like a grill in here if we need it. But we're definitely going to want to do some farming, because the map is not hot. It's not like Iridio where you can't just start farming, so we will do that. And it's all going to be temporary anyway, so I'm just going to put planter boxes down. And with these mealwood plants, these ones here, they produce, let's see, well, when they're fertilized in a farm plot or whatever, they grow in 3 cycles. And the meal lice, how many calories does a meal lice have? So the meal lice is 600 calories, so they produce 200 calories a day on average. Each dupe consumes about 1,000 calories a day. Well, exactly 1,000 calories a day, unless they've got modifiers. So you need 5 mealwood plants per dupe. So this will be enough for the first 4. This will be 20. Well, actually, that'll be enough for 4.5, I guess. We'll just make this one big room. And then we'll probably just do another one later, but it's not urgent because there's loads of wild food on the map to start. So we're not really going to worry about that too much. I'm just trying to make sure I don't forget to actually put some space for farms. And these mealwood plants are really good as well, because they only take dirt as fertilizer. You don't need to water them. And the thing about the Verdante map is you start with an absolute ton of dirt and not much else. So there's really nothing wrong with just going off mealwood for quite a long time on these maps. And the other thing they have is pips and trees. So if you need more dirt, you can just set up pip branches later, and it's a very efficient way of getting dirt. And I've done that on some streams. I think. Actually, that might have been the one that I didn't upload to YouTube because that was very early on. So we'll probably do some pit branching again on this map. Who's idle? No one should be idle. So just put all the edibles in here and we'll set its priority 9 just so that people actually do it. So we're going to want the water cooler here. And let's just go to decoration, get the flower pot. And the flower pot will have enough decor that it will count as the 20 decor item for the Great Hall. So long as the plant is alive. And then that will give you the +6 bonus instead of the +3 bonus from just having it be a regular mess hall. And that's a lot of morale early on. That really lets you get away with a lot of stuff. So, always a pretty good thing to start with. I don't know why I built a tile there. That does not need to be there. But yeah, these are some efficient dupes as well. Like, we've got 2 peak efficiency builders, 1 peak efficiency digger, 1 peak efficiency researcher. So these guys are going to be cracking on with stuff really quickly. Oh, I've just done it again. Yep. But yeah, we'll continue this ladder down here. One thing with the Oxyferns as well as an oxygen source is they need a little bit of CO2 input to grow. You know, like a normal plant. So you want to dig out your map such that all the carbon dioxide will fall to where the Oxyferns are, naturally. So we'll sort that out. Yeah, I don't think we need to plant any of this yet because we're gonna have calories for days. We'll just keep uprooting these plants when we see them. And we'll just keep digging, to be honest. Building lacks resources. Okay, yeah, that's fine. There's just the water cooler. It's not a problem. Because when the Dupes use a water cooler as well, they'll get a +1 morale bonus, and it's just water, so it's pretty easy to do. The only thing is you don't want to use germy water because then they'll get food poisoning from using this. But in terms of actually just having it be a Great Hall, you can even just disable the water cooler and not fill it, and it will still count for the +6 Great Hall bonus. But it's not a lot, so I'm just going to leave it on. Right, there we go. So there's our flower pot. So we can get that plant, probably a mirth leaf in there. So mirth leaves grow between 20 and 50 degrees. Your base is usually going to be at those temperatures. Unless you're doing a lot of industry and you've kind of screwed up. If your base is above 50 degrees, you're probably in trouble because, like, most food plants won't grow at those temperatures. The main problem with mealwood is that it only grows up to 30 degrees C, so it's quite easy for your base to get too hot for mealwood. But I think we'll be alright on this map. It's not as hot as the Iridio. Even the biomes outside our own aren't too much above 30, so it's quite a small amount of heat to get rid of. And for some reason the uranium here starts really cold, but there's not a lot of mass, so it doesn't actually make a difference. Right, what else do we want? Probably advanced research. You know. We'll probably want to do that at some point. Yeah, I think I'll just turn these doors off. Because you can either lock them or you can just prevent everyone from accessing them. Which is what I do, because then the dupe doesn't have to actually go and lock the door. But then it doesn't actually show a lock icon, so whatever. Yeah, let's plant the plant. So we've got a mirth leaf. We've got some of those right here. And yeah, I think we can just speed it up. Well, I mean, the other things we'll want to do, we're really just going to want to expand or explore as much as possible. We want to dig up all the Oxyferns so that we know how many we've got. And we want to let all of the CO2 fall to the bottom, because that's what the Oxyferns are going to need. So we'll just break in here as well. And this is granite, which you can't dig right away. You need hard digging skill, but we'll get that in, like, the cycle. So I'm not too worried about that. Our digger's been working hard. And then we'll dig all of this as well, just to give a bit more space for the gases to flow. You know what I could have actually done? I could have actually just put the generator and the battery in like this. That would have actually made sense. You know, let's just do that. And the reason I'm snaking the wire in these buildings is because wire has a negative decor penalty. And your dupes' morale kind of depends on their decor as well, which is how nice their surroundings are. And you have lots of metal, so I guess it's just a reason just not to build it in straight lines all over your base. But yeah, we can get rid of this if we need to. Yeah, this guy is cranking through the research so quickly. He's an absolute star. But yeah, eventually what I'm going to do, when we move out of this area fully and we build our giant industry block here, I'm actually going to melt the printing pod. Because you can't disassemble it. This is where you get your new dupes and things from. But once we've got everything set up, you can actually build mini pods, which... like, when this is gone, you can build a mini pod. So, you can replace this eventually. And the mini pod is identical, it's just smaller. So we're literally just going to melt this down and use the space later for something. But that's if we ever get that far. Which is the absolute aim, because I'm tired of playing this game and getting like 300 cycles in and then deciding I want to start a new map. So this is it. This is the map that I'm going to keep going on. Because I see a lot of potential. Anyways, let's make a list of resources that we care about. That sounds good to me. Yeah, there we go. Not bad. So what I like to do with my dupes is I usually give them one bedtime slot, and I give them downtime slots before that so that they're socializing near the bedrooms. Then they go to the bedroom and then they fall asleep, and they only stay asleep as long as they need to replenish their stamina. Like, you've just gone 100%, so you've just woken up immediately. If you have too many bedtime slots, the dupes will sleep in the bed even though they're not tired. Like, their stamina will be at 100% and they'll still be in the bed. So I do that to try and make sure the dupes aren't sleeping unnecessarily, but it does mean that sometimes dupes, like if a dupe gets held up too long, they will sometimes miss their bedtime slot. So I'm not sure that's actually the best way to go. But that's what I like to do. But as we get further and further away from the main base, we'll need to add more downtime slots just to make sure that people can come and have time to do everything they need to do. But I don't mind doing that because you also get more morale from having more downtime slots, up to about 5. And you don't usually need more than 5. If you need more than 5, you've got some other problem with how your base is going. Why have we got everyone spraying germs everywhere? Are people not using the sinks? I think they are using the sinks. I think we're right. I think it's time for speed 2. There's nothing really interesting actually going on here. We just, well, I say that, it's just, this is all the normal start of game stuff, just like getting beds, getting some functioning bathrooms up, giving them a place to eat. But now we actually want to start working on the systems that'll get us lasting a bit longer than 20 cycles. So we need actual oxygen generation, not just relying on the wild ferns, because the wild ferns will produce hardly anything. Like, every little bit helps, but it's not going to be enough to sustain... You could probably sustain a single dupe off of the wild Oxyferns. But it's not... it's not really what you're going for. If you're doing a single dupe challenge, maybe that would be alright. Oh, you're running on the generator, but you haven't actually built the wire. Yeah, please don't run on that until it's actually powering something. We're gonna just deconstruct this stuff. We'll do something else with this space. But yeah, we've got some salt water over here. You could either run that through a desalinator to get fresh water, or you can boil it to get steam and then turn it to fresh water. So we'll probably boil it at some point. I'm sure we'll set up something that boils something. Eventually, with all the oil wells on this map, we're going to have some kind of gigantic petroleum boiler to refine all of that oil. But I'll talk more about that when we get later into the map. We actually see some interesting stuff. So let's speed to it again. I wonder what we'll get from the pod on cycle 6. I wonder if it'll be another good person. If so, we might be having a really fast start. Yeah, looks like we've got another Oxyfern over here. So let's actually start just marking out where it is relative to base level. So I'd like to keep everything on the same sort of 4-tile high arrangement if I can. So I think that is it for now. So I guess we'll just go in like this. Dig that up, dig that up, dig that up. There's some slime over here, nothing too exciting. I'll definitely want to pick up some gold amalgam if I can grab it. But that's not immediately needed at the start. But to start, the aluminium and the igneous rock is absolutely fine for building everything. It's only once you start getting to higher temperatures that the gold is really helpful, because it overheats at a higher temperature. So yeah, where are other Oxyferns? So we've got one over here. The other thing is, these pips will keep planting wild seeds in random places. So we will actually need like a storage bin sealed off from the pips where we put our seeds. So I guess I can go here for now. And then that'll let us keep all the seeds in one place for us to actually use later. So let's priority 9 that. Let's speed to it a little bit. So you can be filled with Oxyfern seeds and meth leaf seeds, I guess. And we'll just priority 9 digging all of these up. Yeah, that could be priority 9 as well. I want to come in here and grab that food eventually. But yeah, people should end up having loads of time, so I'm not concerned about us getting stuff done quickly. Right, let's clear out these bits as well. And then we'll see where to expand out next. Probably in here. We're going to want to... We'll probably just want to grab all these mealwood seeds as well. We'll just grab all the mealwood seeds, put them in one place, because eventually we're just going to want to plant them. So we might as well do that and just not faff about with the pips for too long. He's got an attribute increase. You've got extra excavation. Ren's got a skill point, so now Ren can go for hard digging. So they will now be able to dig with the granite, so we can dig a little bit more freely through all this stuff. Not that we're going to just dump a load of salt water on our base. It's not really the plan at the moment. Yeah, looks like Amari has also got a skill, so he's got researching. That's good, so we can now run the supercomputer. And we can do more advanced research. I don't think we actually finished that. Yeah, because we need to re-enable this. Let's not forget to do that. So we're just going to start grabbing all the seeds and put them in here. Figuring out what to do. But yeah, I think this is all working out okay. There's absolutely loads of food. Most of it is in here. We've still got some nutrient bars from when we started. Yeah, it's around cycle 5 when your dupes will start to get their first skills. And this is also when you're going to have to start thinking about their morale, but if you pick skills they're interested in, they get extra morale from that as well. So that certainly helps. Yeah, looks like we've got a lot of our plants over here. We want to dig this out too. Let's go all the way over here because there's a ton of metal that we're going to want. Yeah, we're just going to speed to it. So hopefully people have uprooting on a high enough priority that they're actually going to go and do it, because we are going to need to plant these Oxyferns sooner rather than later. That's for where we're going to have the water. I think what we'll do is we'll dump all the water down here. Here-ish. And then we'll put the Oxyferns here-ish. Because I don't really want to... Well, I guess this polluted oxygen isn't actually doing too much harm. Biome's a little hot. None of these biomes are actually very hot. So we probably could put it even deeper down if we really wanted. But this is just to get us started. We're going to eventually move everything over anyways. To the other side of the map. We're not planning on staying here forever. So... yeah, I think we'll just start letting the water out down here. We'll just collect it all in here. Yeah, looks like we're dropping off all the seeds. That's good. Although, I'm not sure we're dropping them off faster than the pips are replanting. It's always a problem. But we can't exactly murder the pips, they're too cute. It's not allowed. Yeah, we'll get on it. What is the oxygen pressure actually looking like? Because the other reason we want to dig a lot of the map is because a lot of these initial pockets are full of oxygen in your starting biome. And it's pretty much only your starting biome. So we'll want to grab all of that as well. We can move this water over here by just tiling this up. And then we'll let it run out over here and then we'll just waterfall off. I think that's a good plan. And there isn't any regular water up here. So that should be the only time we need to do that. Oh. I need to take this. I don't know why. I was wearing a hoodie earlier. It's too hot for hoodies. The temperature of this country is going to increase by 3 degrees per day for 5 days. I'm not looking forward to it. Right, okay. Let's actually priority 9 dig this out. We'll let all the water flow. Because we want all the metal as well. We just need to get all of our eggs in one basket as such. Although that's going to overflow if we do that right away. So let's also priority 9 dig this. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna stop you right there. Dig this first. And priority 9 this first. And then we'll let all that water out. And hopefully just avoid flooding the whole base. That would not be ideal. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with where the sulfur map ended up, because we had the sulfur tamed. We had over 10 kilograms a second of sulfur coming out of room temperature, and we had loads of sweetle and grub branches. And all we had to do apart from that was scale it up, and I feel like I made quite a few mistakes with how the branches were set up in the end. Like, when I do ranches on this map, I'm definitely going to, instead of trying to shuffle the eggs around everywhere and try and organize the ranches that way, I'm going to drop critters in the ranches from above. Because I found a really good guide online for how to do that. And I'm going to try and build it on stream. Probably just for hatches on this map. We still have our resident hatch. You'll always find a hatch, no matter what map you start on, I think. Digging immediately left, you'll find it. I remember someone saying that there was one map where they tried it and it didn't show up. It might have been a Rime map, I can't remember. But I don't remember ever not seeing a single hatch when you dig left. So you can usually rely on being able to ranch hatches if you need to. Right, we're ready to do this. We're gonna need to uproot the tree as well. And obviously our pitcher pump is gonna not function here, so we need to reposition it. Yeah, we're gonna want to dig all of this. And all of this. And then we'll just ladder across. It's good to do. Right, are we gonna get a 5th dupe? Let's see. Well, probably because... This guy's not bad, but the problem is cooking skill isn't actually very good. It only gives you a very small boost to cooking speed. So I'm gonna pass on that. I'm definitely leaning on not having a dedicated cook and just having the regular people cook in a larger kitchen where a few of them can cook at once as needed, because that worked out well on the last map. But you have +7 supplying and no downside, so I think that's good enough to take. You're not very good. And we don't need more meth leaves, so we're gonna take Joshua. And you are going to run around and deliver all of the things everywhere. Because it's always helpful having someone do that. So there you go. Nice. Got a nice looking waterfall there. And then probably one more dupe, and that'll be it for now. I'll put beds in just in case we find any really exceptional dupes, but we need to at least get the Oxyferns working before we consider having more than 5, I think. Otherwise, it's kind of asking for trouble. So there we go, the water will come out over here, and it'll just slide back in here with the rest of it. And I think I'll just put this in probably here. That seems good. And then... how far am I actually going to dig this out? Let's see. So that's the next base level. I'll probably dig it out to here. And that'll be the effective base level. Because any further than that, we start getting into the swamp biome, and I want to leave that sort of free. And I don't think there's actually any other water to drop off. Wow, that's actually not a lot of starting water. It's mildly concerning. I mean, there's lots of salt water, so we'll probably just end up desalinating that if we need to. Oh, hold on. Stop. Stop. We'll leave that for now, because we're still dripping all this water through here. Yeah, we'll wait for that, and then we'll do all that. So, in the meantime, what else do we need researching? Probably worth doing a fire pole immediately, because we're going to be going back and forth to the bottom of the map quite a lot, I think. Yeah, we can ladder in here as well. It's going to be the effective base. We probably actually don't need to ladder that. Yeah, we can just dig like this. Maybe ladder across. And we just come in here and steal the stuff. Because this is mostly just granite and dirt down here, so probably just build the hydroponics at this level. Okay. Where are the gases? What are the gases doing? So carbon dioxide is hanging around here. We definitely need to excavate all of this so that the carbon dioxide can flow freely. So we're just going to ladder across for now. Like, we just need to actually clear the terrain. We're not even necessarily trying to add more rooms here. So we'll just ladder. And then we can just dig all of this. This water's going to take an absolute age to flow off here. It's probably going to take a few cycles just to do that. But yeah, I don't think there's anything... I don't think there's anything that's going to get people into trouble here. So I'm actually just going to very quickly go and grab a drink while I speak to it. So I will see you in a minute. Be right back. No one died. Very impressed. If anyone died, I'd have been very surprised. I don't think I've set up any of these digs in a way that they get themselves killed. Right, we don't really need a rock crusher or a kiln yet. We just want the fire pole, because we're going to be going up and down here a lot. And here as well, definitely. Yeah, I think we have to speed to it. In terms of breathability, it's not going to be great. Kind of come to accept that. We'll dig in here and just grab all the oxalite as well. And we're going to want to come in here too. Grab that oxygen. There's also a load of oxygen here. So I think that's where we're going to go. Okay. How's it going? What are people up to? We're just digging. Just digging the scene and general vibe of the place. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Why am I getting a call? I'll call them back later. Actually, I think I know why. I think it's my mum, because I've got some garden chairs I need to pick up from her at some point. I was thinking of doing it this weekend before it gets too hot, but I don't know. Because she got me a really nice garden chair, garden table for my birthday, but no chairs came with it, and it was kind of an odd material. It was like eucalyptus, so it was really difficult to actually find any matching chairs, but we did eventually find them. But yeah. Hopefully I can get those chairs soon. We're going to start having people out in the garden more now that it's actually nice weather. How's this water going? Well, we can sweep it all up, but I'm just going to let that drain a bit longer, I think. And we're just digging this all out so the carbon dioxide can flow. Because we need to make sure that it all ends up where our Oxyferns are. Right, so let's actually, that's where we're going to have the fire pole. So what I actually want to do, instead of putting the pitcher pump there, is I want to tile here, have a ladder here to the actual water tank itself. And that way we can still ladder down here if we want to. And then we'll put the pitcher pump in. And we'll probably do like a staggered pitcher pump, like this. So then the only question is getting this water out of there. Right, let's actually sweep this up. Sweep this all up, and then we'll put a... We don't need to door this off for now. So I guess I'll just put a bottle emptier here. And then what I'll do is I will build some mesh tiles or something and figure it out. Okay, let's speed to it. Man, I just can't settle. My right leg is just very restless today. I thought it was a fried egg for a second. It's just his helmet. It's alright, I guess. Okay, it looks like you didn't have time to go to bed. That's not very good. Let's add another downtime slot. So let's priority 9 all of that. I think that's appropriate. Yeah. One thing I've noticed with these mopping tasks is they're a lot quicker if you get more than one person working on them. Because you've just got one person working, they'll just keep sweeping less and less as the water tile gets less and less full. But if you have two people, the tiles will actually empty, and then they'll actually go and do it. So what I might even do is I might just get everyone to do that. I'll just yellow alert it. And that will be disproportionately quicker than getting one person to do it on their own. Because they can sweep quite a lot of liquid at once, but if they're just working on one tile at a time, they're just going to keep grabbing less and less each time. Like, they swept that whole area just super quickly. Because they all did it together. So I think that's a pretty handy tip. We're probably not going to actually want to sweep this. We're probably just going to want to figure this all out first. So this needs to be priority 9. We might as well do that as well. And how wide are we even going to make this? Probably 23 wide. That's what we usually do. I love hay fever. Although, I'm just glad I actually managed to time it with the mic this time. And just not sneeze all over you. I like to pretend that Pip is like a supervisor, just like, yes, good job. You dug a ladder on the floor. One achievement. So we're going to want to not dig this. Yeah, there we go. And we'll probably want to ladder across here just so we can reach all of this. That seems good. So I think what I'll do is I will tile up and then I'll put a mesh tile here. So we're going to need to research mesh tiles. We might as well do the fire pole first. Airflow tiles, we'll want airflow tiles eventually. But for this we'll need a mesh tile specifically. And let's see, in terms of food, we got 7 cycles of food. There's more around the map. The mealwoods take 3 days to grow. So you want to start growing it usually when the calories you have access to is about 4 times, like 4 days worth of storage. That's when you start planting all the mealwood. Or at least that's what I do. Ugh. God, but stupid leg. Yeah, keep tiling this up. And then because this water's going to be higher than this water, we can just let it flow out. In fact, we don't even need a mesh tile. We can just deconstruct this. And that should work. Because eventually we're going to replace this with airflow tiles. And that way any CO2 that ends up in here can just flow out into the Oxyferns. Right, there we go. That was pretty quick. Yeah, I really do like this tile mod. Actually, we can't sweep that. Let's just put it here. There we go. So we've ended up building a really big water tank for what is not actually a huge amount of water. In fact, what that actually means is we shouldn't even go that wide. Let's just make it tall rather than wide. So we can have this be 11 wide. Yeah, so if we just cut this all off here. Yeah, that should work nicely. And then I think all this water will end up draining in here eventually. Then I guess we'll just ladder across there. We can tile this in. Yeah, upgrade the Oxyfern. Want to grab all those Oxyferns as well. So it doesn't look like anyone's actually going to run on the wheel. So let's set this to priority 9. We don't have an operator priority guy. So research hasn't been happening because, well, he hasn't been doing the wheel. But that's not too bad. People have had plenty of stuff to do anyways. We have a little bit of hypothermia. Ooh, this could have been dangerous. Imagine if we dug this all out and then they were just trapped in this corner with the water. They'd have been able to get over here eventually, but they're going to run very slowly under a giant volume of water. But yeah, we'll start draining this water pretty quickly. Okay, so that's all the water in one place. I'm kind of sad. There wasn't actually a lot of water. There we go. I've turned the mic up a bit. Hopefully that's a little clearer. But yeah, we're on track. We've got 5 people. Are we going to pick a 6th person this early? Who knows? Might be a bit risky. Oxygen is getting pretty low. If we're going to keep taking on more people, we do actually need to get the Oxyferns up and running. And I don't think we want to go any higher than 6. We probably don't even actually want to go any higher than 5. I mean, how many seeds have we got stored? We've only got 7 seeds stored. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. What have you got? So you've got a tree. Okay. So I think we've got 14 Oxyferns total, which means 5 is a number. So I don't think we want to hire any more dupes. And I don't know why I always say hire dupes, because I'm not paying them. If I could pay them, I would. I guess they're paid in meal grub or whatever. Meal grub, grub fruit. Whatever, it's all the same. But yeah, we're gonna need the research to be done now. And it looks like someone did actually run in the wheels, so that's good. Looks like someone ran in the wheel, and looks like people are actually getting to sleep now. Yeah, you guys just have more digging to do. So we can just leave on speed 2 for a little bit. Just try and get more oxygen wherever we can find it. There's a little bit in here, but I'm not that fussed about a single tile. But yeah, we're going to want to start digging all this out again. Because this is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the bottom of the map where all the CO2 collects. And that's where we're going to put the Oxyferns. And we might let a little bit of polluted oxygen through, but that's not actually a problem, because it doesn't have any germs. So I don't particularly mind that. Right, we have the fire poles. That should help with getting things built a bit quicker. So I think for now, I'm just gonna ladder down here. Actually, we'll run it both sides. So we'll do it like this. Because people are going to be getting to the Oxyferns either way. We need to put a ladder here. And then I guess there's stuff up here as well that we're going to take. So yeah, I guess we'll just do it. We'll just go all the way with the poles. And then we're going to need hydroponics for the Oxyferns. And then we're going to actually need to set up the pump and the wire for the pump and all that stuff. And we're just going to put the pump directly under here. It's almost like I planned it. But we're going to want to dig out all of this as well. We just need open air for the carbon dioxide to float through. I'm really tempted to pick up a sick person, but I don't think that's reasonable. Because there's not even any geysers nearby that we can rely on. Like, I specifically picked this map. Actually, I say that, but I think we've got a cool steam vent over here. I think that's our nearest geyser. As you can tell, because you've got clean water in a swamp biome, that usually means only one thing. And you've got thimble reeds. So that's good, because that's where we can go and grab our thimble reed from. Because there's not any slime over here either, where the vent spawns. So you can dig in here pretty easily. So we could go for more people. We'll set up the Oxyferns, and then immediately afterwards we'll just set up the electrolyzers. But I want to set up the electrolyzer. I'm not sure where I want to set that up. This is just going to be a small temporary base. We're not going to spend most of our time here. We're going to spend most of our time away from this, and we're going to turn this area into a big industrial block because of the lack of geysers. There's just none. There's just so much empty space to work with. But for now, we have to get oxygen up. And eventually we'll use that to dig over here. Then we'll relocate the Oxyferns. And set up our actual plan. But yeah, I think we can just speed to it in the meantime. In terms of food, we keep finding more food, so that's good. You actually need to keep uprooting these Oxyferns, because we need to store the seeds. Yeah, that pole should help things move a bit more smoothly. Right, what we got? We've got another digger. We've got another digger who's nyctophobic, needs a light. Nyctophobic isn't actually that bad, but I don't really want to deal with it right now. So we're just gonna ignore him. And we're gonna grab the sandstone. Oh yeah. Not sure what we're gonna use it for. Brush it into sand. Well, it looks like we dug through a fair amount of granite as well. So I'm not going to worry about graniting these tiles, because we're not going to live here forever. This is going to be a very temporary base. I'll probably keep these access chutes in the industrial brick though. We're just going to take this skeleton and eventually just fill it with, like, industrial stuff. Yeah, keep going with the research. You're doing great. Yeah, I haven't even got any plans for the weekend, so I'm probably going to stream this at the weekend just to get this map up and running. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm not really looking forward to doing anything else because it's going to be too hot. And it's early game, so I'm probably alright playing this game when it's hot. Because I have an idea of what I'm doing. It's when I'm building some kind of contraption I've never built before that I don't like playing this game when it's hot. But I'm going to do better. I'm going to be more persistent. I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to feel it in my bones. It's like my mid-year's resolution is to see a game through to the temporal tear again. Because I did it once, like off stream, and I never did it on stream. So we're absolutely going to do it. Plant is... Oh, right, the oxygen pressure's too low for the plant. Yeah, that's really not a good sign. You guys need to hurry up with this research. I mean, one thing about the dupes in this game is that as the oxygen pressure gets low, they'll spend more of their time running around for air. So they're less efficient at labor, but they are much more efficient at breathing. So you can actually get away with a surprising amount of suffocation before things really go bad. But that's obviously not the goal. We're definitely gonna get this fixed. Top priority. Yeah, never made it to bed on time. Lovely. You got the fried egg. You got the fried egg. Actually, no. You haven't got the fried egg. That's the building hat. Fried egg is the digging hat. There's some more oxygen there. Have fun. Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of digging going on. I might even speed 3 it. I think I am. They're not exactly going to be pondering at the moment, are they? Right, we'll put the ladder back in. Yep, that's set to water, and might as well set it... Actually, that doesn't need to be done right away. It's just water, so... that can stay on level 5. One thing about the start is we don't have the algae diffusers eating all the power from the battery. So I guess it's getting a little bit more research done. But I am aware the researcher is also the one running on the wheel most of the time. But everyone else has got a lot of building and digging to do. So that's probably fine. Slowly storing all the seeds in here. Like, they are actually doing it. I mean, what I should actually do is I should actually put a storage bin down here and put the Oxyferns specifically in there. Because that's where the... Actually, no, I shouldn't do that because the pips are then going to open it. Yeah, that's why I've got the seeds up there. Pips are a nuisance. They're a cute nuisance that we've put up with. Yeah, you're actually very fast on the research. So we're probably going to have this up in about 2 or 3 cycles. Which isn't bad. So, hydroponics. I guess for now, where should we put it? Probably just closer to the... We're just closer to the actual water, so let's protein this dig. And we're just going to tile in here. I'm just going to not let the polluted oxygen in. I just don't want to. So there you go. We've got 87 kilograms of seeds in there. It's funny that each of these seeds actually weighs a kilogram. Like, what seed in real life weighs a kilogram? Like, obviously a pine cone isn't a kilogram. A coconut? But that's not a seed, is it? I don't know. I don't know a lot about seeds in real life. But a kilogram per seed seems like a bit much. Right. Let's seal in the polluted oxygen so we can just dig that out. In fact, what we can actually do is we can just build the hydroponics. So we're going to put doors here, I think. So how many is that? That is 12. So yeah, we're going to want it to at least go over here with the hydroponics. And now we just need liquid pumps. So that is here. We might as well grab showers and stuff while we're at it, because we're going to have functioning bathrooms pretty soon. Like, we'll put in, we'll just put in a sieve room here, I think. Or maybe we'll just put it directly underneath. This is only going to be temporary anyways. But it's still probably worth doing on bathroom even if it's just temporary. Because it's probably going to take us some time to actually move over to a different part of the map. Yeah, this is just going to be the bottom, so we can just do that. Igneous rock is fine for this. I mean, technically speaking, if you're making a water tank, you should make it out of granite, because that's the most pressure-resistant material. But igneous rock is pretty good too. As long as you don't build it out of sedimentary rock, you're fine. But, like, the sedimentary rock is really bad against liquid pressure. Like, even, like, 3 tiles of liquid pressure can be enough to break sedimentary rock, I think. It's been a while since I've seen that video. But I did make that mistake once. Yeah, we're going to want to plant these right away, otherwise they're going to get full up random pip seeds. In fact, I'm actually going to yellow alert these. Just because I don't want the pips to mess around with them too much. Oh, and now it's downtime. Well, that's not very good. Well, someone seemed to think ahead and brought a load of them, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go ahead. Go back. Go back and have your dinner. So I need to actually tile this up as well. We're not going to end up with enough Oxyferns to put here. So I think I will literally just tile it up normally. There we go, we can tick that. Yeah, these doors are pretty handy at keeping the pips in and out of rooms, so they don't just plant stuff in the planters. So we've got an outhouse gone. I'll set these to 9, but we're probably going to disassemble them fairly soon. Right, we got pipes. Right, so that is going to go here. And then we're just going to set it like this. I think that's as many seeds as we've got. And then wire will just be very straightforward. We'll just go like this. Nice and easy. And we've actually got a fair amount of carbon dioxide in here, so I do want to airflow tile this. But that is a nice to have, so we'll do that once the burns are actually working. But yeah, if we look at the gas overlay, you can see most of this part of the map is just carbon dioxide now. So, yeah, most of this should get absorbed by the plants, which I'm quite looking forward to. Yeah, we haven't got any other power consumers, so we should get the research hammered out pretty quickly. That needs to be... right, hold on. Let's get these built again. I'm just going to yellow alert these just so the pip doesn't mess around with them. I want to minimize the opportunities the pip has to just cause chaos and make me forget to do things. So plant that. Plant these. Why can't I build here? I can build there. So we'll just seal this in for now, and we'll go grab it later. It's just a hexagon. Actually, someone already picked it up. That's good. Okay, so now we've actually run out of seeds, so that's fine. Oh, I thought we had more seeds in this. So this is currently 11 Oxyferns. But yeah, there's still one up here that needs to be removed. And there's one up here. Let's just get this all done. And there's another one here. And is there one more? I thought there was one more. Maybe I was mistaken. No, there is one more. It's here. Okay. I don't usually like to yell alert, but I just don't want I just don't want any of these to be planted without my permission. What you can do is you can just build a ladder over them. And they won't plant in them until you remove the ladder, but I don't really feel like waiting. Just gonna get it done. But yeah, it's funny, I've been caffeine free since Tuesday, and it's honestly been harder than I thought it would be, which is a sign that it was worth doing. Because I've actually had headaches on and off, and I don't normally get headaches at all. Ever. So, the fact that I'm getting headaches and not having caffeine is mildly disturbing. So, that's why I decided I was just gonna stop drinking it, and I'll start drinking caffeine again when I actually need it. And the headaches will go away eventually. Because there's just no need for it. I like caffeine, I like coffee, I like Coke and Pepsi and all that, but I realize it's probably not been very good for me just drinking so much of it. So I decided not to do that. But yeah, it looks like we're nearly done. We just need the pipe and the pump to be finished. And then this will work. Temperature's all fine, it's not very hot on this map. It's quite hot in this room now, though. I'm sweating a bit. Yeah, we can uproot this tree. And then we can seal... I guess we don't need to seal off this room. We just need to actually get this built. That's what actually needs to happen. Yeah, this is good, because then we'll not have to worry about the air levels anymore too much. Yeah, there we go. We shouldn't end up with any polluted water in there. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, so that is pretty much all the oxygen we're going to have. Unfortunately, you can't fertilize these with fertilizer to get them to produce more oxygen. I wish you could. That would be very nice if you could. But I think they realized that would probably be a bit overpowered. So the next step is bathrooms. So what we should probably do is just dig in here. So we'll just go out here. We won't dig this slime because there's germs in it. and we'll just go straight down here. There's no germs in this slime because it's part of the steam vent formation. That did not need to be yellow alert. Although we can make it priority 9. Then this digging can be priority 9. And then we can start doing all of the bathroom stuff. We'll just get some proper bathrooms going. Food-wise, we've still got plenty of food, so no need for mealwood yet. I'm putting off the mealwood as long as possible just because farming it is a chore, fertilizing it is a chore. It's just more stuff for people to do that they don't really need to be doing at the start of the game. Unless all of our food gets eaten. Yeah, because we're going to want to actually grab all of this gold as well. It's some really easy to access gold. So that is something we want to do. I don't think there's any slime on the gold. Very occasionally there is, but not this time. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll uproot this thimble reed. We've actually got gold in here as well. We're gonna want all of that gold. So that should be fairly easy to grab. Okay. So we do need power for the pump. So the issue is... Yeah, we need some power for the pump. We're not going to do hatches. It may be a case, because we've got this cool steam vent right here, that the very next thing we do is actually just set up our electrolyzer. And we'll set up the electrolyzer over here, closer to where our main base is eventually going to be. Yeah, I think this is fine. So, yeah, I guess we'll keep speed 2ing it. We can get through this fairly quickly. That one Oxyfern never got fertilized. Feels bad, man. It's still worth clearing out all this space just for the airflow. Because not only is the carbon dioxide going to be falling down here, the oxygen's going to be pushed up. It's actually quite interesting. You do end up with this sort of middle boundary layer where the oxygen is trying to settle, but it's also being pushed out the ferns. We're still actually just trying to get the pressure up, so people are still breathing a little bit. But we aren't getting long commutes, so that is a sign that we're not doing too badly. Looks like there was a bit more gold than I thought. That's nice. We should be able to dig this as well. Yeah, no slime on any of that. So that's a pretty good amount of starting gold. Yeah, we're starting to get all the nice things. But we don't need to build all the nice things here. We just need a functioning bathroom. I think I am just going to build the sieve room here. So that's going to be... This is going to be a very small room. So we're just going to do our standard sort of thing. So output water goes up here. And then that goes into the sieve. And then if the sieve is full, then it bypasses into the thimble. And the thimbleweed is my favourite plant for this because it consumes so much polluted water. You're never going to have more bathrooms being used than... or the dupes are never going to be using the bathroom so much they break the thimbleweed. That just won't happen. I shouldn't have set that to priority 9, should I? Crap. And then there's the output, which is the water that goes here. There we go. And then we can literally just hook that on like this. So we'll just bridge that on. In fact, I'll actually just bridge it on down there. That seems good. So then we need the water sieve. So that is here. I've got an itchy foot. Right. I don't remember where the power wire goes. I remember where the pipes go, but not the power wire. So we can close this back up, and we should, because otherwise some of the CO2 is going to end up in there, where we don't really want it. Yeah, there's a steam vent. So that is erupting. That looks like a fairly normal steam vent to me. So we're going to end up with a decent amount of water in here. And we're going to need to cool it. So what's in the printing pod? Ooh, that's it. One odd dude. Plus 7 machinery, plus 8 piloting. One odd set of skills. Because we really need an operator, but we don't need a pilot, and they seem to have a lot of negatives. Although, increased food morale and increased decor morale is actually pretty good. Narcoleptic is fine. I think we do actually need an operator in general, so I'm actually going to take him. Like, the downsides aren't actually that bad. Like, compared to this guy who has allergies when we might have bristle blossoms. That's not very good. Yeah, I think we're literally just going to take Hassan. It seems good. So you can be an operator. And I suppose eventually a rocket pilot. So there you go. And now we have someone to run on the wheel. Very good. Right, no more dupes. That's enough. We absolutely can't afford any more dupes. We're still probably going to have pretty low pressure overall. But there is a lot of oxygen in these swamp biomes, polluted oxygen, that we can let in if we need to. It's not got germs in it, so I'm not super concerned about that. But the real answer is we're just going to build an electrolyzer and let it run hot. I think that's what we're going to do. I might just let it run naked. Like, I might just let it run in the base. Just heat stuff up. Because, I mean, to be honest, we're going to be moving out of this bit eventually anyways. Right, skill point. Yes, building 2, that sounds good. And then after we've got the sieve and all of this stuff, we will put some airflow tiles in here. Yeah, I think we're going to be alright with 6 people. I think we've got all the bases covered now. Apart from ranching, but we're not really going to be doing any ranching. We're going to want some more mealwood eventually. So I'll just put that here for now, just so I don't have to worry about it. And we'll plant it when we actually need to. Not bad, not bad. Right, well, again, I'm just going to go... Oh, hold on, just give me a second. What is using up all my internet? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go to loo quickly, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I'm back. That's definitely one effect of summer, and drinking more liquids is needing to go on break a bit more. Right, where were we? Well, we're still on speed 2, and I guess I wasn't gone very long. Oh, actually, I just realised I just paused it, didn't I? Crap. I didn't mean to. I was kind of hoping they'd get on with a few things. But that's fine. We should be in a pretty good position. We should have the bathrooms up. We've got the rudimentary oxygen up. That will last quite a while off of this. We can keep feeding it from this vent for a long time, to be honest, before it gets too hot. But yeah, hopefully you'll get in here soon and you'll get some more oxygen to breathe. Because there's lots of good stuff over here. There is actually some algae as well. So we can set up... I'm not sure how much algae we're going to end up digging out. We could probably dig out a fair bit. If we really wanted to. Yeah, I might do that. I might set up some oxygen diffusers in here just for any algae that we do end up finding. Is that actually necessary? I don't know. Let's see. Because for some reason I thought there wasn't algae on this map, but then I realized there is algae. It's just in the slimy zone that I don't like getting it from. I don't know, I'll leave it till later. We might want the algae for Paku. Not really sure. There's quite a few Paku around. I'm not gonna go super hard on that at the moment, because we're not gonna have people here forever. We'll do that once we know where exactly it's gonna go. There's a geyser here as well. So we're going to want to go and investigate what this is. There's also a load of gold. And we're just going to want to grab as much gold as we can. So we're going to go through the salt biome, I guess. Grab that. And then I guess we'll just dig over the top of this. And we'll just grab all the gold. Nothing wrong with that. We should be able to grab it all from on top of that slime tile. And then we'll just go back down here. Grab that. What's making that noise? It's like a hissing noise. Something hissing in the game. And then we'll find out what's in this geyser. I can't quite remember from the ONI tools what it was. But we'll find out the old-fashioned way. So yeah, we've got some gold. We haven't released any slime anywhere. And we've got a thimble reed. So, bathroom incoming. Yeah, we'll put a planter box there, that's not a problem. There's some more oxygen there as well. I don't think we're going to end up breathing too much of that. Looks like an actual swampy biome down here with the swampy plants. Oh, that's what's making the noise. It's a plug slug. Aha. Okay, well, we're probably not going to do anything with the plug slug, unfortunately. But good to know. Put some ladders to go out that way. Yeah, not bad. So we can plant that thimble reed in here right away. We actually have 2 seeds somehow. I guess we dug out another one of these tiles. Where's the second one? Oh, there was one buried. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'll take it. Yeah, let's keep going. Speed 2. Feels like I've actually gotten quite a lot done for 2 hours. I normally play the game slower than this. But I guess I've done the beginning quite a few times on stream now, so I'm allowed to speed past it a little bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the best place to actually put this electrolyzer. Probably somewhere over here. It depends what this geyser is. If it's a useful geyser, then I'll probably not put it here, but if it's not a useful geyser, then I'll just put my big electrolyzer block here and forget about it. Because I know it's not going to be in the way of anything else. Yeah, I'm getting all the research done. I've got loads of planter boxes ready to go if we need to do mealwood. I think we'll go down to about 25,000 calories before we plant the mealwood. But, yeah, until then we can just live off the wild food that we find. There's still some hanging around in these pockets. There's even some mealwood in here. Let's dig in here just to get this oxygen. We're probably just going to want to dig here in general to let all that oxygen flow down. And we've got this plant as well. That's not bad. But yeah, we just need the water sieve, and I think we can just replace all the bathrooms. So that'll be nice. We've successfully trapped these pips. Feels bad. And then what have we got skill-wise? So yeah, we definitely need geographical analysis. That is pretty much the perfect timing for that. Question is, yeah, you're gonna get scolded trying to analyze this, but I'm gonna set that to priority 4. So you'll do the other research stuff first. That seems appropriate. Okay, and you get your hat. You get the orange hat. Very nice. Yeah, I'm curious as to what this geyser is. But we're probably not going to get over there until we get the actual super hard digging. So I guess we'll leave that for now. Or will we? Yeah. No, you're not a digger, so I guess we will leave it. There you go. So one thing I'm going to do as well is this random storage bin. I'm going to set it to store refined metals when we find them. Because odds are we're going to find an oil biome fairly nearby. We're going to grab a load of lead, and then we're going to want to build a load of wires. But they're going to spend ages grabbing individual bits of lead from the oil biome, instead of just grabbing like their full storage capacity. So we'll just get them to haul all the lead to our base first, and then they'll do all of that stuff. But that's probably getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. So we got water sieve. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick this here. So we're going to rotate it, and that's going to eat the waste, filter it, and if there's any excess, it goes into the plant. That's a pretty standard, just sort of plumbed bathroom design. And then we can just power it off the wire here. Who's idle? You are very smart, sir. There you go. There's some clay as well. I'm not too fussed about the clay. We'll grab it later. Who's scolding? Yep, you've immediately gone to research it because you haven't got anything else to do, and now you're scolding. So let's go. Very smart. I probably shouldn't have done that. Ren is going to keep trapping himself, isn't he? Just dig all of that. Should probably put a triage cot in for you, or for anyone else who gets scolded. I imagine it's going to happen a little bit when we just try and analyze these. We'll put 2 in just in case. And yeah, in terms of research, we want the airflow tiles, because we're going to put those here and let this CO2 out. So at the moment, it is just building up in the water tank, and it's making getting to this part of the map challenging. So we just want that all to flow in here and get consumed. Not that we're going to consume it faster we're producing it, but every little bit helps. But yeah, and you've delivered sand to this. Let's actually just go through the list for a second. So we probably don't want lumber on the list. Gold, yes. Polluted dirt and slime, I think so, just so I can keep track of them. So I think we need thimbleweed seeds on there. Sand, yes. Clay, yes. I think I'll do. Yeah, I think now is the good time to replace all of these with the plumbed counterparts. So we're just going to yellow alert this. Because I do not want people to be without bathrooms. We're we're determined not to have anyone have an accident this playthrough. And now we actually have somewhere to dump the polluted water? No, not in here. We'll just leave it there for now. A little bit of polluted oxygen isn't going to harm anyone. So we're going to put the sinks in. These could be priority 9. Lavatories, yes. There we go, that'll do. Shouldn't take you too much longer, there you go. We'll just speed to it a little bit. You guys should build these things right away. There we go. So let's just have a look at the actual report for oxygen production and generation. So we're definitely producing more than we're consuming. And that's mostly because at the moment they're still occasionally holding their breath. They're going to start consuming again, and we're going to hit the peak of this production. But for now we can run 6 people because they're occasionally holding their breath. But we've got low levels of oxygen everywhere, so it's okay. It's not it's not great, it's not terrible. Yeah, we have a lot of packing over here. And we've got an oil biome over here. That's good to know. So the easiest way for us to get to oil is probably just going straight past the steam vent and coming down here. Or at least that's the way that avoids the slime. There is actually slime lung in the air here, so we need to be very careful about that. We could probably go underneath the steam vent. But then all the water would end up dripping off into here. Not sure. Not sure. Yeah, looks like that's all done. So, are those bathrooms operational? Looks like it. Yep, you're using the sink. So then we'll just see this in action quickly. So the polluted water will just go into the sieve. This sieve is full of sand, so it will use the sand and turn it into polluted dirt, and that water will just be filtered. And we can actually disconnect this now because the loop is water positive. I'll leave it at that, and the excess polluted water will just go into this plant. And that'll get us our first few reed fibers for suits and whatever. It's not a lot, but it will do. We do have a fairly large amount of thimbleweed plants, so if we find a polluted water vent, that is going to be a pretty quick pickup. But until then, we're just going to... I guess we're just going to keep running. What are people doing at the moment? I guess they're just still digging here, grabbing more of this stuff. I guess there's nothing wrong with you going up here and grabbing all of this. Well, what else do we actually want to progress now? I mean, the main thing is we want to keep exploring. It's kind of annoying that we're... Ah, there's another oil biome. And this is through a saltwater area. So that should actually be fairly easy to navigate our way through. Okay. So the plan. We keep going up here. We get to this level. We extend the fire pole up here. Well, if we want to go to the oil biome, that's definitely the easiest way to go. But we can grab a little bit of lead from here. We still don't actually have super hard digging yet. When are we going to get that? Oh, right now. I forgot about that. Okay, that's good. So in that case, we can just come over here and grab this all right away. In the past, I've kind of just left the uranium there, but there's not actually a lot of radiation coming from this. Like, it's not really enough to use reliably for... Well, not use reliably, but use quickly for a research thing. So I think I'm just going to dig it, and then we'll just build stuff out of it later. Like, if we want any germ-free doors, we'll build airlocks out of it. So we're just gonna come in here and we're gonna dig all of this. We don't need to dig the abyss light. The main reason we're coming here to dig this is we want the lead. And that's definitely the easiest lead to grab there. And I'm gonna do that so that we can put lights in and speed up people's bathrooms and eating time. So we'll put the lights in. Yeah, that'll do. I think it's probably worth doing this, even though we're not going to be living here forever. This is not going to take very long to actually do. We're still getting the airflow tiles, that's fine. We'll grab the automation stuff afterwards. We'll bring wires over here. We'll bring wires over there, but we won't actually connect them up until we get the automation. Because obviously we don't have any actual power hooked up. Now normally when I start off, I start with either hatches for coal or pips. Pips and lumber. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. It depends on what geysers we find. We may just run off the spawn for now, because we're going to have a lot of hydrogen coming out of that. There's a little bit of excess hydrogen on the map. I don't think we're really going to use that for much. I don't know. I'm hoping we'll be able to find a natural gas geyser or something around here. But yeah, let's make this priority 9 because I want to get over here. And we can get over here now. So let's actually prioritize that. What else can we do? Is there anything new we can do? Also, what is going on with my internet? Just give me a second. I'm just not getting very much juice. Got it. I've noticed that my Overwatch likes to update at like really random bad times, but that is not it. Just not getting a lot of internet tonight. It's fine. We've got enough. So yeah, let's priority 9 this as well. We want the lead. I guess most people aren't too fussed about the digging, so everything else is getting done first. Right, speed 2 time. Yeah, this area has lots of polluted water and stuff, but it doesn't actually have slime lung germs. So this might be a good area for this bomb. Because we could ladder down here and then just build it in here, maybe. Right, there's the airflow tiles. So we can just put those in here. That'll help get the carbon dioxide out of that area. And then we just want the automation for the bathrooms. So we could probably explore over here quite quickly as well. So perhaps what I'll actually do is leave that one abyssite tile and just dig over here and see what we can find. Yeah, there really just isn't. There really just aren't a lot of geysers around here, which is what I expected, but it's going to be a little bit interesting. Eventually, we're going to end up with more carbon dioxide again, so we can just dig down here and let some of it out, and that shouldn't be a problem. Oh, we're going to need a place to store stuff that off gases. Oh my god, germs got in here. How did germs get in here? What happened? Oh, someone put polluted water in the fucking... That really annoys me. That's like, you haven't discovered polluted water yet. Oh, now you've discovered polluted water, so it immediately goes in the bottle emptier. So now I've got a load of germy water. And now we've got a load of polluted water in our fucking hydroponics. That's super annoying. We can sweep that out of there. But we're gonna have to empty all of these. God damn it. It's just like, you look at it and it says, yeah, it's fine. And then you discover a new liquid and it's like, yeah, it's still fine. And we don't even have plumbing, so we're just going to need to empty these a few times. Crap. And there's germs in the water, so they're probably all getting aerosolized. No, they're not. The food poisoning germs aren't too bad, so... Or they're not bad in the air. So I'm not worried about that. And I don't think the plants have been eating the germy water yet. Okay, I don't think there's any polluted water in these ones. Okay, there is a little polluted water in this one. Yeah, because that one's got some germs in it now. Wallocks. Right, what we got? I don't think I want any more dupes. We don't really have the oxygen yet, so let's just take the algae. Seems fine. How annoying. Thankfully, it doesn't take them very long to empty these. Yeah, I think we've got most of it. Just a little bit in there. How's the digging going? Not too bad. As long as we don't accidentally dig up any slime on the tiles, we'll be alright. Okay. So we got the automation research, that's good. I think these are all fine now. Yeah, so let's set these back to priority 5. There we go. And then eventually we'll just dump polluted water over here. That sounds like a good idea. Depending on what this geyser is, of course. Research-wise, what do we want? I'm not sure. Do we actually need anything at the moment? I don't think we do. We can go for notifications and get the party phone. Actually, no, that's not... I don't think we even need that at the moment. Just forget about it. We don't need any research at the moment. We just need things doing. But yeah, these are how the airflow tiles look in this mod, so you can see that they're made of aluminium. I really like it. Yeah, all this water is food poisoning. And it's gonna... How quickly are those germs gonna die off? Actually, they're dying off a little quicker because they're being exposed to some rads from the shine bug. That's actually pretty neat. So if you have shine bugs in a water tank, we'll get rid of germs more quickly. Probably won't stick around too long then, if shine bugs just keep hovering around it. It's probably a non-issue. It's not like we're feeding anyone with it anyways. I guess people are... Yeah, people are getting germs in here, aren't they? Okay, maybe we just disable this for now. See, this is interesting for me in real life, because I'm sweating in real life, and the tank is still at 23 degrees, so it's definitely not as hot as it's been in the past. So I'm wondering, am I sweating because it's hot, or am I sweating because I haven't had any caffeine in a long time? I'm assuming because it's hot, but I don't know. I didn't think it'd have this much of an effect on me. But I'm certainly awake, so that's good. Maybe I put the spawn up here, because there's no slime up here. It's just various waste gases. And we're not going to build in this area anyways, because that's where this geyser is, so whatever we end up doing with this huge industrial brick, it won't go past here. Yeah, I think that's probably worth doing. So that means we can just dig across here and get started on that, I suppose. That probably is the next thing to do. But what we will want to do is we'll want to do a liquid lock of some kind, just to stop the chlorine from getting out. And then we'll vent it and all that stuff. Tutorial radiation. Oh, because we're digging the uranium. Neat. Okay, we've got some lead. The useful material of the two at the moment. So just put in some automation wires, put in some motion sensors. There's a little bit more lead in here. We don't need a huge amount, but it'll be just enough to get these rooms automated and lit. And we're probably at the point where we're going to start doing mealwood. We've got like 5 cycles worth of food left, so we'll start on this slot. Thankfully, we have plenty of seeds. So we'll just do that. We'll probably do a Dreco Ranch fairly quickly, because we're coming in here and like using this room anyways. So we could probably move the Dreco out and put in just a rudimentary Dreco ranch. We'll probably just put it in over here. Or maybe we'll just keep going this way and build it wherever we end up putting the new base. So that can be polluted water. I'll be very interested to see what's actually in here. We did not let any slime lung out. That is good. Guess we'll need to ladder up here. See what's in that geyser. Shouldn't take too long. We let out a little bit of chlorine because... Oh, we never put a storage. We never put a storage for those things. Consumable ores. Stuff that off gases. So we need to do that. So, there we go. Now we can hook these wires up as well because this will be automated. And yeah, this should all be priority 9 as well, I think. Looks like another chlorine biome over there. Not bad. We can put the last 2 motion sensors up here. That seems good. Good to see people using the fire poles. Yeah, the oxygen pressure's pretty good down here now. That's good. Yeah, I think it's speed 2 time. So more stuff to add to the list. So, bleach stone is probably 1. Salt is probably 1. Don't think we need lumber on that list. Uranium probably. Algae probably. Lead definitely. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, we haven't quite got enough oxygen pressure up there yet. That's something I hadn't 100% considered, is that these need 150 grams of air pressure to grow consistently, and we haven't quite got there yet. Oof. Well, whatever. It'll get there. Once we stop digging quite so much. This doesn't need to be disinfected. No, there's germs here. There's lots of germs there. Yeah, so what I may actually want to do is build the ladder and just have it go up here. Maybe, I don't know. Right, let's put the bleach stone in here. Let's put the polluted dirt in here. Let's put the slime in here. And then we can dig this. What's the actual report on oxygen generation and usage? So we're pretty much breathing as much as we're consuming, which is about what was expected. Okay. So we found a sulfur geyser. So we just did our playthrough where we just did a load of stuff with sulfur. So we have some sulfur here. We haven't found any sweetles or anything like that, so not immediately useful. Useful if we want to heat something up. We could probably hook it to that cool steam vent. Actually, yeah, that's what we'd do with that. We'd hook that to the cool steam vent to preheat the steam and put a turbine on that. That'd be fairly easy. And then that would go to the spawn. Yeah, I like that. And then we could probably do something with the sulfur. We could let the sulfur build up and it would cook some of the slime, maybe, I don't know. To be honest, we could just dig up here and avoid the slime. So that's not bad. Yeah, I'm sure we can find a use for that. Just a mild amount of heat. And we found a rust biome, but I don't think it's a sulfurous rust biome. It's a cold one. So no beetles. Yeah. Well, it looks like the bathroom loop is working correctly. This water's slowly getting drained off. It's getting fed to the thimble reed. We're getting our reed fiber. So that's all working as planned. These rooms are automated with the lights. These rooms are automated with the lights. Obviously no lights are needed in here. I built those triage cots and I never actually put Amari in them. I guess he's not actually that injured. Like, I don't think he even has wounds. So that's fine. Yeah, I think the next step is really just going to be grabbing more oxygen. So that's probably going to be digging through here, dumping the polluted water somewhere, and then pumping the water up from here. I mean, we could let the water run down here and just pump it up from here. That's fine. We'll let the heat dissipate out into this biome, and that'll help cook some of this stuff anyways. So let's see. I think we'll just put the pump here. Yeah, I think I'll just get on this right away, because I don't want to be waiting around to get a load of dupes. And then we'll dig through that area, and then we'll dig through to the right-hand side, and we'll start making our big base. So let's get air systems. In terms of slime, we have slime. So probably worth laddering up past here. Yeah, we just got food poisoning germs in the air. That's not actually a problem. That's fine. We'll probably just dig this out as well. Then this pipe can just go around here and up. We'll probably move the pipe eventually, but this is just what we're going to do for now, just because we can access that area safely. And then we'll keep laddering up here. And we'll find a way to deal with all this salt water. So I think what I should probably do is have a random place where I drop off the salt water. Which I think will be here. How much salt water are we actually going to have? Because it's not going to get... I mean, it will eventually get evaporated by this. But I don't want to have the salt water right by this. I think we just make like a little bucket somewhere. Like, if we just go in here, we just dig this out. I'm not going to worry about making this area too neat because we're not going to be here permanently. We're eventually going to change all this stuff anyways. But what we'll do is we'll dig this out and let the salt water into here, and then we'll need to actually if that's going to work, we're actually going to need to dig out this whole bit here, which is fine. That is not a problem. But I think what we would do is we would just ladder here, just to make sure that we can keep accessing that area of the map. Yeah, not bad. And then we just let it out nice and slowly, and I'll just drop down here. This can all be priority 9. Because I really just want to get this spawn up. I think this is literally just the first thing I want. We just want oxygen. Because this air pressure messing with the mealwood is going to be a problem. I mean, we could just plant the mealwood down here. I'm just trying to make sure that the gases can flow around each other properly. It should sort itself out. We planted the mealwood fairly early, so I think we'll be fine. No, maybe not. I mean, the thing is, we're letting in some of the gases from over here as well, so that should help equalize the pressure a little bit. Yeah, we've got the electrolyzer. Congratulations. I'm actually very tempted, you know. I know this is kind of stupid. We've got hydrogen up here anyways already. I'm just gonna build an electrolyzer and just plug it in and put a switch on it. So we're literally just gonna hook it up and not worry about the temperature or the hydrogen. Just let the hydrogen float up, get stuck at the top of the map, and then we'll eventually pump it somewhere. Because we're gonna want to do Drecker ranches anyways, aren't we? But we will make sure to put a switch on it so that we don't just leave it running forever. But I want the food to be up here. And then we can turn this off once we actually get the proper machine working. Because yes, the oxygen coming from the electrolyzer is hot. Let's see. What does it actually say? So the oxygen comes out at least 70 degrees. Same with the hydrogen. So eventually it will cook the plants. But it's going to take an awfully long time to do that, and you're consuming all the oxygen as well. And the oxygen doesn't retain a lot of heat energy, even though it's got a high temperature. So you can run it like this for a while, and it will work. And I think that's what we're going to do. Just because I'm very aware that we're also digging out a lot of the actual map. So we're probably lowering the oxygen pressure a lot by doing that as well. But I think it is necessary. But yeah, we're going to need a wire to go here as well. Let's see. We haven't quite consumed all that water yet. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just go across here. And go underneath the slime. We'll just leave the slime alone. Yeah, this is fine. And then once we get up here, we'll start letting the salt water out. I reckon all this salt water should fit in this little tub. We can actually dig out these tiles as well, so that will help. But yeah, we're going to need a few more research items to build this spawn as well. We're going to need insulated tiles. Well, we're not going to need them, but I'm going to do them because I don't want to keep breaking in and out of the spawn. I lost my mind. They're here. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good spot for it because it's not going to be in the way because we're not going to build anything further than this geyser once we start turning this into our huge industrial zone. So that can just sit between our industrial zone and where we're eventually going to have everyone sat in the base. Because this map, so from here to about here, I think, there aren't any geysers at all. It's just empty space. The only obstacle to building a giant project of some kind is the printing pod itself. And we can build a new one. We can build a mini pod once this is destroyed. So at some point we are literally going to melt our printing pod just to free up the space. But that's not going to be for a while. You can't deconstruct it, but you can melt it. It's made of iron. So it's definitely possible. It's certainly not easy, but it's certainly a challenge I want to do as well. I reckon they should give you an achievement for destroying your printing pod. Like just a joke achievement. It's like, congratulations. Yeah, I guess you've got a fair amount to do. This should well, I guess not everything needs to be priority 9. This should be priority 9 because we need the plants to grow. They are mostly growing now, but we need them to be consistently growing. I believe there's still some... Oh wow, we've got a cuddle pip egg. I haven't actually seen these guys before. He's just a random one. Fluffy, affectionate critters who exhibit a strong snuggling instinct towards all types of eggs. So these guys are really cool because they will cuddle your eggs and they'll grow faster. And unlike an incubator, they don't require power. You just have them there and they'll do it occasionally. So even though the bonus is lower, it stacks with the regular incubator bonus. So it's really good. And I haven't done anything with them yet, so maybe this is the playthrough where we'll do it. Who knows? This is the playthrough where we'll probably do a lot of things, because I'm determined to carry on with this save until we've done exactly what we want to do, and no less. And I'm going to stop being such a flippin' perfectionist, because it's annoying. Yeah, let's just check that when this is built. We'll turn it on and we'll see what it does. Because it's going to take us a while. Like, we'll get more Oxyfern seeds from the printing pod, but it's going to take us a while to fill this up. And by then, we'll probably have moved the Oxyferns. So I'll just put it on this side. And that way, the hydrogen shouldn't get in the way of the CO2 for these things either. Right, we definitely haven't dug up any slime, have we? No. That's fine. We can actually dig out this bit as well. I don't think we need to, but we can if we have to. But this is just where we're going to stick all the salt water. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to tile this preemptively. So that can also be priority 9. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be. We're not gonna dig through the salt water until I tell them to, anyways. Right, so this should be working now. So this water is going in at 23. You can see the oxygen is coming out at least 70 degrees and hydrogen is coming out at least 70 degrees. So the temperature is high. You can see that from this. But it will dissipate fairly quickly into the surrounding terrain because the gas retains a lot less heat energy than the actual solid tiles do. So slowly it will warm up the base. But for now we can run it just as a little get-you-by job. Although the other thing is it takes power, and we haven't actually got reliable power up yet. And I honestly think because we're not actually ranching hatches to start, and we haven't got a geyser that gives us immediate power, we are literally just gonna power everything off of this bomb. So I'm probably gonna go for another half an hour, and then probably tomorrow morning we'll continue and we'll build this bomb and really take off. Yeah, let's dig this out as well. Make that priority 9, because they never seem to uproot stuff unless I tell them to. But yeah, we've got a little bit of hydrogen coming off, but hydrogen's not a problem because it just floats. Like, it's super convenient, really. And what I'll actually do is I'll ladder this as well, and I'll just dig this out like this. And then the hydrogen will just continue floating all the way up, and it won't get trapped anywhere. That should work quite well. So what we got here? Well, we certainly don't need another rocket person. Our food situation is kind of tenuous at the moment, so I don't really want to hire more dupes. And another researcher would be nice, but not 100% needed, so probably shine nymph eggs. We'll find a use for these shine nymphs. Maybe we'll just ranch them for radiation. I don't think there's any frozen biomes on this map, so probably worth doing at some point. Yeah, the plants are growing a bit better now. Yeah, these plants just aren't fertilized. That's the problem. You know, I'm actually going to turn this off. Because people just aren't... The constraint on the food now is that people just aren't fertilizing it. Well, I guess this guy is. So, that's not too bad. But yeah, I just love how the tiles all look with this mod. It's really good. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but... Oh, it's like more tile types or something? Actually, let me have a look. If I go to... where is it? I'll show you at the end. But yeah, it doesn't change any of the gameplay, it just makes the tiles look different, which I really like. Yeah, it looks like the water didn't end up creeping over here too much. Stupid hay fever. So we've got more food over here anyways. Each of these plants has a lot of calories. A large amount. How's the germ situation looking in here? See, the germs are going down fairly quickly because the shine bug is actually cooking some of the germs. Like you can see here, when the shine bug hovers near to the water, it really deletes them a lot quicker. So that's not too bad. But yeah, my aim is pretty much just to clear this area and then start breaking into here, and then we'll build the spawn. And oh, hold on a minute, got natural gas. All right, well there's power. So we've got the spawn that's going to go here, and it's going to go right next to the natural gas block. Yeah, I like that. We're probably going to end up with a much bigger natural gas block down here eventually, and this is what we're going to use a lot of this space for. But that is certainly going to help us get started. But anyways, now we can actually let the salt water out. So that is definitely something we want to do. So just dig through all that. We'll just grab some fossil, grab the plants, and we'll let it all out of this one tile. So digging wise, that can all be priority 9. I guess you can end up accessing that after all. I think you just need one ladder there. Then you can grab all that gold. That'd be good. Okay, so this should let all the salt water out. Yeah, and that is behaving itself, which is good. I love it when a plan comes together. So we can just dig all of that out. And then we can just excavate this whole area. It's more resources, it's more salt, rock, I guess, sand. It's not a huge amount of stuff, but pretty easy to excavate. And then what I will also do is I will actually put a pitcher pump down here. Actually, maybe I'll just put it here. And this way we can pitcher pump salt water to use for liquid locks. And that way we're not using the good fresh water on liquid locks. That sounds good to me. We've got a plan. Right, so that can just go here. Bad, so we've got the insulated tiles. What else do we need? We need sensors. So, not those sensors. The Atmo sensors. So, there we go. This is going to be my standard sort of spawn design. And we're going to build the first one. I'm going to build the first column directly above where this geyser is. And then we're just going to keep expanding them out this way. Maybe I'll even go up here. There's a lot of free space up here. So goals for tomorrow: build the spawn, hook up the natural gas, and then dig over here so that we can actually get to where we're going to put our main base. It sounds reasonable. Okay, I think we just speed to it. There's not a huge amount left to do. It looks like we trapped the shine bug. That's not ideal. Yeah, I think we'll be alright on this mealwood. We have got a little bit of hydrogen floating up here. I guess it's not having quite the effect I wanted it to have on the air pressure. It's just confusing the plants because they're getting hydrogen that they don't like floating around up here. I mean, that will dissipate eventually, but that's not really what I wanted. We did find some extra food, so that's not too bad. But we can't really rely on that. There's a little extra food down here, but that's going to be a pain to grab. Digging this out will help. I think it just needs to be like the actual, like 2 tiles worth. It needs to be to interfere with it. I don't know. Yeah, looks like we just need to dig this sand out as well. And dig that sand out too. There you go. And we'll want to dig all of the fossil as well. But we don't need to do anything with it right away. Normally I just start brushing up the lime right away, but because we're not gonna have our base, we don't know where our base is yet. Like, we're not gonna keep it here forever. I'm gonna wait on a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I think we found some pretty good geysers, actually. Like, the steam vent is gonna give us enough water to get a load of dupes. And the natural gas is gonna give us the initial power we need. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a geyser up here. There might not be. I mean, I don't think you get rooms of natural gas without the geyser. But whatever it certainly isn't erupting yet. Yeah, none of this is growing now. It's not good. I think I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just put some mealwood down here. There should still be enough room for all the gases to circulate. I was just kind of hoping I wouldn't have to use the space for that. I guess it doesn't really matter, it's all temporary anyways. We just need to make sure we don't starve. It'd be very silly if we just starved due to air pressure problems. So the hydrogen's not going to accumulate up here. So I'll just turn this back on. And then what else do we need? We need insulated pipes. Like insulated liquid pipes. No. Insulated gas pipes, which we've got here. Don't think we need a huge amount more. Gas pipe thermosensor? I don't think we need that. I don't think we need the thermosensors. The radiant pipes. I mean, we're going to want cooling eventually, but that's not going to happen for a while. Yeah, I think we just leave it. Oh, wait, we're going to want all the natural gas stuff, aren't we? Yeah. So let's get smart batteries, the conductive wire, the natural gas plants. And then we'll grab some lead from an oil biome and build all of that. Oh, look, we've got a saltwater geyser. Okay. That's more water as well. Interesting. We could probably boil that with the sulfur geyser. Very interesting. That's going to make draining this bit a lot harder. Well, I guess we're not going to bother with that then. Dug through here. That's good. So we'll end up with all that salt water down there. And then we can... Now we can just sweep this. We can just ladder up. And then we can actually connect these two areas. So that would be nice. So this is going to be priority 9. And we'll keep planting the mealwood down here. I'm sad it didn't quite grow at the top. I think I'd rather just keep this on and keep the oxygen pressure high. And move the plants. Because the hydrogen is just getting in the way of these plants actually growing. A, hydrogen, and B, just the lack of oxygen pressure. And I imagine it's really bad because that's where everyone sleeps. And also because all the oxygen producers are down here. So it probably just makes more sense. But the gas pressure is much better down here. So we'll just speed to it for now. I can put a bottle empty here. I can dump the excess salt water over here for now. Even though we're going to use the salt water for liquid locks later, I like to dump it all in one tank anyways, because otherwise I just try and fill the liquid locks with random, like, 2 kilogram bottles of water, and it just takes forever. So I just want to dump all the spare bottles. Okay. Let's keep planting these. We might get a little hairy on calories, because the position of the plants wasn't ideal. But we have lots of dirt. We have 700 tons of dirt, so nothing wrong with a little mealwood, just to get us started. So one thing about salt water is you can use it to feed water weeds. And the only problem with that as a food source is it requires a small amount of bleach stone. But we can use what we find on the map to start with, and then eventually set up a squeaky puff branch for the bleach stone. But that depends on us finding a chlorine vent. So if we find a chlorine vent as well, then we can turn the salt water and the chlorine into lettuce. And I haven't actually done that properly before, so I would like to do that with the squeaky puffs and everything. So that's something else I'll do at some point. Yeah, I think we've gotten pretty far for cycle 20. So we've got the Oxyferns up, so we've got enough oxygen for 6 dupes. We found a cool steam vent. We got plans for our SPOM. Self-powered oxygen machine is going to go over here somewhere. And then we're gonna move this space over here eventually. Just part of the long-term plan. Because this whole area of the map is just devoid of geysers, apart from this side. So we're going to eventually turn it into a massive industrial block. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We have enough seeds for this. I think we do. I think we do, but I also think that people aren't going to prioritize this. And we kind of need them to, so let's priority 9 this. Just for now. And I'll priority 9 these as well, although the only issue is these aren't growing, so that is wasting dirt if they're not actually growing. And they're mostly not growing due to pressure, so we do need to make sure that's not an issue. But maybe we just deconstruct these. I don't think they're gonna actually... Oh, actually, these ones are almost done. Oh, it's such a quandary. Do we leave them to grow and inefficiently because they're so close to actually being harvested? I think we do. I think that makes more sense because we have dirt, and to be honest, we have labor. So we'll do that for now, and then the oxygen pressure should improve because we're running the electrolyzer. It's not running continuously, but it's doing a decent amount of stuff. And yeah, you can see the oxygen hydrogen coming out of it immediately is hot, but the heat dissipates quickly, so we can run that. We can run that on its own for quite a while, and I don't tend to do it, but I really should, because it does make things easier in the early game. But, yeah. Should I go another couple of cycles? I think I will. I want to get these plants planted. I want to make sure that, we don't run out of food. Because we don't currently have any cooking going on. What we can do, actually, now that I think about it, is we can get rid of these. We can put in microbe mushers with some lights, and we can cook some lice loaf. The issue with that is a bit of polluted water got in our tank. However, I think there's actually few enough germs in here now that they mostly just disappeared. So there isn't actually too much germy water left. So I think we probably can do the lice loaf. So that's what we'll do. We'll set up a rudimentary kitchen in here. We don't have anyone who can grill, so it's going to be a very rudimentary kitchen.
Thanks for the follow.
Does anyone have any skill points? Hi Alizara, thanks for the follow. I'm just about to wrap up, but I'm hoping to be back tomorrow morning, so yeah, thanks for following. You'll get a notification when I go live. And I also upload all the VODs of my playthroughs to my YouTube channel. So if you can't find an episode or a session on Twitch, it'll be right there. Yeah, thanks for following. I'm just excited about having some time to stream again, because it's been a while since I've been able to stream consistently and just had too much stuff going on in real life. And now I've actually got a little bit of time again, so I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, let's get some food going and let's not starve. That would be slightly embarrassing. So I think what I'll do is I'll put in these microbe mushers are very slow and we don't actually have a chef. So I'm just going to put in 2. In fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put... Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put 2 in here. We've got shine bugs in here, actually, for now. So, how long are they going to live for? Well, that one's almost dead. And that one's got a little bit longer. So... I'll put in a lamp. I'll put in an automated lamp, and that will work fairly well. So what I like to do is I like to put in a floor lamp because it consumes less power, and you can usually fit them in. And then I do a motion sensor and then an automation wire. And then it will sense when a dupe is using the machine, and I'll just turn the light on. And the light will help them cook faster. So sometimes the cooking bonus, like the skill bonus, is quite high for a skill. Like with researching, a good researcher will research very quickly. But chefs don't actually cook much more quickly than the rest of the dupes. Like a +10 skill chef will only cook 50% faster. But a +10 researcher will research like, well, let's see, you're +15 and you research 600% faster. So chefs don't benefit a lot from the skill. But the bonus from working in a lit workspace is a flat 15% on top of everything else. So in this case, it's basically the equivalent of 3 cooking skill added by a lamp. So you want to light up rooms where the skill bonus is quite low. And one of those rooms is the bathroom, because obviously there's no skill for going to the bathroom, but you still get the 15% bonus. Eating is another one where you get the 15% bonus. The game doesn't actually tell you, but if you look at how many calories they're eating when they're eating, the rate at which they'll eat calories is faster when they're under light, so they'll finish their meal faster. Oh yeah, you just got the game. Yeah. there's a lot to learn in this game. Like, starting off, it's not too bad, but don't worry about like dying a few times, because it's all part of the fun and it's all part of the learning experience, and like it's great. So the mods I'm not using any that affect gameplay too much. So I have a mod that changes some of the tile textures, so you can tell what the build tiles are better. So like this mod makes it so the igneous rock tiles are green, so they kind of match like the biome we're in. And then we've got some airflow tiles down here. You can see they're made of aluminium because they've got like a sort of aluminium texture on them. So that's one of the mods I have. Another mod I have is traffic overlay, which is really good because it lets you see where your dupes are running, and like it starts at green if they only infrequently go there, and then it will go red if they go through there a lot. So dupes go through the research room a lot. Makes sense. So if you want to replace the tiles with better tiles that have a better bonus to run speed, then you know which places to put them. That's another thing that isn't immediately obvious, but tiles are really good. They let your dupes run 25% faster, and that's quite significant. And better tiles, like, I don't have any of them unlocked yet, but you can get metal tiles and you can get plastic tiles, and they will give you a 50% run speed bonus. And when you got a huge base and dupes are running around everywhere, it makes a big difference. Like, there's plastic ladders that have a 50% climb speed bonus. So yeah, the game tells you some things, but it often tells you in odd places that you wouldn't expect to learn. And then sometimes it just doesn't tell you things at all. Like the logbook, if I go to like a critter and I look in the logbook, it tells me a few things like temperatures they can live in and what they eat, but it doesn't tell you like other stuff like what sort of atmospheres they want, or like how to get the other morphs, because you can see all these different types of shine bug on here, but it doesn't tell you how you actually get them. Or maybe it does a little. I don't think it does. But yeah, the Wikipedia page is really good. Oh, not the Wikipedia page, the wiki. The wiki page is really good. Yeah, what other mods do I have? I have a mod called Pliers. It does actually affect the gameplay, but it's a convenience thing. Because when you build pipes, you can connect them, like, say we've got a pipe here that we want to connect. You've got pipes in both tiles, so you can drag a pipe across and it will connect them automatically without your dupes having to rebuild the pipe. So the pliers basically is the opposite of that, so you can disconnect pipes without having the dupe need to deconstruct it. It's just a quality of life thing, because often like you'll end up building a pipe and it won't quite work how you want it, so you can snip it and make sure the liquid just doesn't end up dumping in the wrong place. So it does make the game a little easier, but like you've still got to solve problems. It doesn't solve the problem for you. It just makes it just lets you solve it without pulling your hair out. So I would recommend the Pliers mod. So what have we got here? Yeah, we're just trying to get the research for the natural gas stuff. Can we see the vent yet? No. There is a vent over here, because there's natural gas in this room, but we haven't discovered it yet. And what we got in the printing pod? Do you want another dupe? I don't think we do. We still haven't got reliable food. Let's take a puffed. I was talking about ranching puffs earlier, so maybe we'll do that. We just need to dig through here to actually build the light. Okay. Yeah, and then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to want to build a load of stuff over here, but I don't want to let the chlorine out. Like, hydrogen's alright, because the hydrogen will float up to the top of the map. And it irritates your dupe's eyes, but it's not too bad, because it will float up to the top of the map, and then you won't need to worry about it in your base. But the chlorine will hang around in your base in like the middle between the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. So it's super annoying, and it also irritates eyes. So I don't want the chlorine going in the base. And it's the same for the natural gas. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to build a liquid lock. And this is a very simple way of keeping gases out of an area. So there's a few different ways of building them. I like to build this way because it's very robust. And it doesn't break easily. But you can build more space efficient ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this shape. So the dupes will climb up here and then wander down here into this bend. And then what we'll do is we'll fill that bend with a liquid. We'll fill it all the way to the top, like this. So then the gas won't flow out of this end because we're blocked by the liquid. And it kind of works like that in real life, but the game takes some big liberties with it. Like, you can have a really high pressure gas on this side and the liquid won't budge. Your dupes will get wet climbing through it, so they won't find that very fun, and they might get a bit stressed, but it does mean that you don't end up with chlorine in your base. So I think that's worthwhile. And we actually got a load of salt water down here from this saltwater biome, so we're just going to fill the liquid lock with the salt water, because there's not really much of a use for it at this point other than that. So yeah. Because we have the steam vent and we do have some reliable water coming into the base, I am going to use these micro mushers to make some lice loaves. Because it basically just adds water to the meal lice from these plants. And adds more calories. Obviously, like, you don't want to keep using your water like that because it's not very calorie efficient. Like, there's a plant called a bristle blossom which grows blossoms, and you feed it water instead of dirt. Well, I think you feed it water and dirt, but you get a lot more calories for your water feeding it to bristle blossoms. But we haven't found any of those seeds, I don't think. Yeah, those seeds aren't on this map, so we don't have that option yet. So I think that's fine, and it's preferable to starving. Because, I mean, if you just don't have food, you can make mush bars with the micro musher, and they're made of dirt and water, and they're really, really bad food, but they will stop your dupes from starving. So sometimes you have to do it, but it consumes a lot of dirt and a lot of water, and because you're going to be producing all of your oxygen from water eventually, you really don't want to use up water in case you need it in the future. Like in this case, because it's a Verdante map, you start with a load of Oxyferns, and you need to pump those full of water to produce oxygen. And that's how you do it. Normally on like the Terra maps or some of the other maps, you'll find a load of algae, and you can feed that to terrariums or diffusers, and it's just a solid resource that you can use and burn for oxygen essentially. So that's relatively simple, but you don't have this option on this map. There is a little bit of algae, but it's in these slime biomes where there's just slime lung germs, and you can give your dupe slime lung, and it's just a pain. So I'm not going to bother with the algae. And in this case, I can afford to do that because we have a steam vent that's erupting with very hot water occasionally. Anyways, we're going to dump the salt water in here. Actually, I'll set that as priority 5, but then we're going to build these ones fairly soon. You know what? You don't even need to do that. You can leave that as this tile. It's fine. You can leave that as well. This tile is very hard to dig, and it's also a perfect insulator, pretty much. So I often like leaving it in my structures, if I can. Not my main base, but like if I'm just building a liquid lock to get into an area, there's no point in digging it up because it takes a while, and it's a solid material for like not transferring heat. Yes, we will dump some salt water in here. We'll set that to priority 9, so our friend should get on that right away. And we want to fill it up. You can get away with only filling it up a little bit, and you'll have 3 little blobs of liquid here, and then you'll have like a vacuum tile here because of how the liquids will move. And that will work for stopping the gas from moving. But like you need liquid on both sides for it to work. And then if something interrupts that vacuum, then the gas might be able to move again. And so I'd rather not chance it, and we've got loads of salt water, so we're just going to fill it all the way up. So yeah, you can see he's poured a little bit in here now. So now let's drop through, and because the gas can't move diagonally, and these tiles were all full of liquid, you've ended up with a vacuum tile here. So the gas should be blocked. But I'm going to fill it all the way up with liquid just to make sure. Yeah, look, we're making a lice loaf. So yeah, very appetizing. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up in a minute because it's getting late where I am. But yeah, I'm looking forward to picking this up tomorrow. We done? Yeah, this thing is just at max pressure now, so I guess I'll turn it off. Yeah, we produced a lot of hydrogen. Okay, so we've got a lice loaf that's probably covered in food poisoning germs. But it will do. Food poisoning isn't too bad. Let's see. Actually, the lice loaf is fine. It's the fruit that we just found on the map that has the germs. Great. I can deconstruct this pipe now as well. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, you'll get notifications when I go online. I usually stream weekday evenings, like I am at the moment. But I will be doing a weekend stream most likely because I have some catching up to do. But yeah, take care, and I've actually got a Discord. I will post a list of mods in there, and I will also make a command that links the mods that I use, so that you can find them more easily. But yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, I think we're just mostly waiting around now, so I think that's a good time to wrap it up. We'll come back to this tomorrow. But yeah, thanks very much. I will see you soon. Bye for now.